What is poppin'? It's me, Cloud Boy Bales, and welcome to another episode of Wisco Sports Weekly Wednesday Predictions. Week 16, we're already here. Almost to Christmas, it's getting kind of close. But I'll have to figure out when I can make my video next week since there's games on Wednesday and it's Christmas and I probably won't have time. So I'll have to maybe double my videos as soon as the game's done on Monday. But we'll see. If you like what you see, comment below, subscribe with your thoughts. Let's get down to business. First off, we have the Denver Broncos taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. Between the two, Chargers had a bad loss last week. I think the Chargers need a rebound win right here. I'm going to go with the Chargers to defeat the Denver Broncos. Going on to Saturday, Houston Texans at Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes still managed to practice this week. I'm surprised. I mean, the guy is invincible. I think he'll get a good win against Houston to close out the bye. Pittsburgh Steelers at Baltimore Ravens. Between the two, Baltimore just seems like the better matchup here. Baltimore, I think, they lost the first time around. I don't think Pittsburgh's won in Baltimore in some time. I'm going to go with the Ravens. Next up, going on to Sunday, got a whole list of games right here, right then. New York Giants at Atlanta Falcons. Kirk Cousins got benched. I mean, are you crazy? How did that even happen? But here we are. Michael Penix is getting the start against New York. Regardless, this is the game you want to start him in because the New York Giants, of course, are the worst team in all football. I'm going to go with the Falcons. Next up, Detroit Lions at Chicago Bears. Despite Detroit looking like an absolute mess that they are in right now, it's hard not to pick them because they still would outplay Chicago. It's impossible. Next up, Cleveland Browns at Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati needs to win out in order to get into the playoffs. I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals since this is a more meaningful game for them. Next up, Tennessee Titans, Indianapolis Colts. This is probably a tank ball. I'll just go with the Colts because I feel like they are the better team, but we'll see. This is just a really hard one. Los Angeles Rams and New York Jets. Rams need this more than the New York Jets do, so I'm going to go with the Rams. They need to better position themselves for the postseason. Next up, the Philadelphia Eagles at the Washington Commanders. Eagles need this win to win over the Commanders. I'm going to take the Philadelphia Eagles. That should be an easy win for their sake. Arizona Cardinals at Carolina Panthers. Cardinals and Panthers. Cardinals need this win to keep their playoff hopes alive, even though it is pretty dim. They really have to go for the division if they really want to and hope that their division rivals lose. I don't think that will be the case, but Arizona needs these wins, so I'm going to go with the Arizona beating the Carolina Panthers, even though the Carolina Panthers know how to beat this team multiple times. Next up, Minnesota Vikings at Seattle Seahawks. Between the two, if Sam Howell's starting, for sure Minnesota wins, but honestly, I don't really feel like I can say anything against Minnesota because they're just looking really good right now. They officially clinched a playoff berth. Right now, they are tied with the same record as the Detroit Lions. Detroit still has the advantage, but Minnesota could overtake it. Minnesota could even be the 1 seed. It's very possible. But I'm going to go with the Vikings here. Next up, New England Patriots at Buffalo Bills. Patriots are just not really good, and I'm just going to take the Bills. They need another statement win. Josh Allen's looking like the MVP right now, so hopefully he finishes within that frame. Next up, Jacksonville Jaguars at Las Vegas Raiders. I don't even know why I'm going over this game. That's a tank bowl. I'm going with the Jaguars. Next up, San Francisco 49ers at Miami Dolphins. If there's whatever team wants it more, I'm going to go with McDaniel taking down his master, Shanahan. Miami, I feel like, would want this win more than San Francisco, even though San Francisco is the better team, but they're just a disaster this year. So I'm going to go with the Dolphins. Next up, Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Dallas Cowboys. Sunday Night Football. Dallas, I think, is just on the edge of getting eliminated. Tampa Bay they have really shown up in prime time. They just haven't gotten a win. I think this would be a statement win. And then finally, Monday Night Football. Saints Packers. Yeah, it's hard not to pick Green Bay because I think the Carr is still injured. I heard Kamara got injured. If both those guys aren't playing, December at home in Green Bay is just always going to be something great, and it's hard for me to not say that should be a win. It will be a low one because obviously the Saints still have a good defense, but I still think the Packers are going to edge on to the victory here. So if you like what you see, subscribe below, comment your thoughts, and as always, we will see you next time.